ceasefire agreement between the Nationalist Socialist Council of Nagaland, NK, Reformation and K-Congo factions and the Government of India has been mutually extended with effect from April 28, 2022. GPR and NSCN stated that the ceasefire agreement has been extended to bring about a lasting peace in the state with the involvement of Naga people. Working Committee of the Naga national political groups refute claims made by the NSCN-IM that settlement on the lines of the agreed position would lead to an era of bloodshed. NNPG Working Committee also stated that they have the support of the Naga people who are demanding and ready to usher in honorable acceptable solution. Angami Students' Union reaffirmed their support to the Nagaland In-Service Doctors Association's demand for enhancement of their superannuation and asserted NSF to examine the need through the second NSF Federal Assembly, which is the highest decision-making body, by tabling the issue. Nagaland Students' Union, in collaboration with a tribal research institution, organized a one-day soft skills and IT skills training at Whitehall, Nagaland. Main aim behind the event was to cover the core areas on interpersonal skills, communication skills, basic internet skills, and optimizing the use of mobile phones, planning and management, and safety etiquettes. Delhi government stated that mass violators will be imposed with a fine of ₹500. Schools have also been notified to function with proper SOPs. Meanwhile, Delhi Disaster Management Authority called for wearing of masks at public places to be mandatory. Hello and welcome to Nltv. You are watching English Prime Time. I'm Chipen Kung. Let us look at the stories in detail. The ceasefire agreement between the Nationalist Socialist Council of Nagaland, NK, Reformation and Congo factions and the Government of India has been mutually extended with effect from April 28, 2022. A press release issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs stated that it has been decided to extend the ceasefire agreements for a further period of 1 year with effect from 28 April 2022 to 27 April 2023 with NSCN NK and NSCN R, and from April 18, 2022 to 17 April 2023 with NSCN K Congo. These agreements were signed on 19 April 2022. It has been learned that the delegation of this faction signed the extension papers along with Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Home Affairs, Ayush, on Tuesday. A statement from GPR and NSCN state that the ceasefire agreement has been extended to bring about a lasting peace in the state with the involvement of Naga people. The release also mentioned that the ceasefire ground rules will be subjected to mutual review and amendment with the involvement of both the parties in case need arises. Upon his arrival in Nagaland on April 18, the Government of India's interlocutor for Naga peace talks, A.K. Mishra, held talks with the National Socialist Council of Nagaland, Isaac Muiva faction on Tuesday that took place at the NSCN-IM headquarters camp Hapron. This is the first time that a central government-appointed emissary has met with the Naga political group at its base camp. As per reports, Mishra had a one-on-one meeting with NSCN-IM Secretary General Tungaleng Muiva that lasted for an hour. Later in the day, Mishra met the other leaders of the faction. Although the outcome of the meeting was not revealed, it has been learned that the meetings on Tuesday were more of an informal kind. It has also been learned that the formal meetings between both sides is likely to take place on April 22nd and 23rd at Chumugirima Police Complex. It was also learned that prior to the formal meetings with NSCN-IM, Mishra is scheduled to meet the Naga national political groups on Thursday. Notably, the center's interlocutor for Naga peace talks arrived in Nagaland on April 18 to resolve the vexed and long impending Naga political issue. Amid the process of bringing the derailed Naga political issue back on track, the war of words between the NNPGs and the NSCN-IM is adding new twist. After NSCN-IM's recent statement that it cannot be party to NNPG solution of Naga political issue based on the agreed position, now the Working Committee of Naga National Political Groups has refuted the claims made by NSCN that the settlement on the lines of agreed position would lead to an era of bloodshed. In a press release, the NNPG Working Committee stated that they have the support of the Naga people who are demanding and ready to usher in honorable, acceptable solution. Working Committee also criticized that the NSCN-IM has become a huge profiteering enterprise on the pretext of Naga nationalism. Taking a dig at the NSCN-IM, the statement also said that NSCN-IM feared the end of Nagaland's wealth embezzlement with Naga solution. W. Honje Konyak and Tinokinyo Nzikanyo was administered the oath of secrecy as chairman and member of the Nagaland Public Service Commission at the Nagaland Civil Secretariat Conference Hall, Kohima. W. Honje Konyak has been inducted as the new chairman of Nagaland Public Service Commission. Meanwhile, Tinokinyo Nzikanyo has also been appointed as a member of the commission. The oath-taking ceremony was administered by Nagaland Chief Secretary J. Alam, IAS, while Home Commissioner Nagaland Abhijit Sinha, IAS, initiated the proceedings. The newly inducted NPSC chairman, Konyak, said that his first priority is to examine and take up the pending cases of the Combined Technical Services, Nagaland Civil Services and Allied Services, and to immediately take care of the cases. He further stated that the responsibility is very challenging, but he will try his best for smooth functioning of the NPSC so that the service benefits the people of Nagaland.
Shri W. Honje Konyak, Chairman, NPSC.
I, W. Honje Konyak, having been appointed as Chairman of Nagaland Public Service Commission, do swear in the name of God that I will bear faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty which I am about to enter.
Permission is requested for concluding the proceeding. Thanks. All the HDs, HODs and our dignitaries and other attendees, you are all invited to partake of refreshments.
I, Tinokinyo Nzikanyo, having been appointed as member of the Nagaland Public Service Commission, do swear in the name of God that I will bear faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established.
As the health services are hit by the 3-day mass casual leave called by the Nagaland Service Doctors Association from April 18, the meeting between the Chief Secretary of the State and the Nagaland In-Service Doctors Association on Tuesday failed to resolve impasse over superannuation age issued. On the second day of the agitation, Chief Secretary to Nagaland Government, J. Alam, made a verbal appeal to NIDA to call off their stir. During his appeal, he informed that the matter is under the state government's consideration and a cabinet meeting has been scheduled on Thursday, where the matter would be discussed. However, the office bearers of the Doctors Association denied to move back from the stand and continued with the ongoing agitation. The NIDA leaders have said that there would be a break in the agitation on April 21, considering the fact that cabinet meeting is scheduled that very day. The association is likely to decide the future course of action depending on the outcome of the cabinet meeting. In addition, it has also been learned that NIDA is likely to hold a general body meeting on April 21. However, ahead of the meeting, NIDA has asked all its district units to hold a consultative meeting in their respective districts on Wednesday to deliberate on the next course of action if the outcome of the cabinet meeting is not favorable to NIDA. The party, Achanda Party Dimapur 3, on Wednesday inaugurated its office located at Lakeview Villa High School Colony. Nagaland BJP Secretary General KVC Achumi attended the program as a special guest on behalf of Minister Damchen Imna Along. KVC Achumi, during his message to the party Karyakartas, acknowledged the Mandal 3 officials and members for their tireless work in bringing the project to reality. Achumi further urged the Mandal 3 Karyakartas to focus and prepare for the forthcoming 2023 general elections in the state. He further proclaimed that the BJP is a working party and can uplift the people of Nagaland by their works. Achumi also praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his commitment in uplifting the common people in Nagaland and the country by implementing various schemes.
Compare it with other states. In the Northeast, I can proudly say that BJP party is growing and we can do something for the people of Nagaland. To uplift the downtrodden society is the BJP agendas, and we are the People's Party. We are there for the downtrodden. We are there for the, especially for the downtrodden people. Not like Narendra Modi, his only aim in life is to uplift the poor people, to see the grassroots level. So he has been taking up so many projects and schemes for the people like Nagaland. We have witnessed so many schemes, so many achievements, and so many programs are there for the party to be implemented in the near future. Like recently we have witnessed so many schemes, and the ongoing project, one of the biggest and memorable project is PMGKY, free ration to the 80 crores families. 5 kg of rice each to every household who has a.
The Angami Students' Union on Tuesday, the 19th of April, reaffirmed their support to the Nagaland In-Service Doctors Association's demand for enhancement of their superannuation age, as declared by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 26 May 2016, followed by Cabinet approval on 27 September 2017. Union, while addressing a press conference at its office, mentioned on keeping in view the shortage of doctors in the state despite the recruitment through NPSC examinations and with the rest of the states implementing age superannuation for medical doctors, also asserted NSF to examine the need through the second NSF Federal Assembly, which is the highest decision-making body, by tabling the issue. The union also clarified their stand, considering requirement of more medical doctors to facilitate requisite number of doctors to help early commencement of medical colleges in Nagaland. The officials further asserted the decision of the NSF to maintain status quo while giving space for age superannuation if the existing superannuation reviewed is biased. It further demanded the state to allow a smooth passage for NIDA instead of twisting the issue, whilst informing that ASU has deployed volunteers to all district hospitals, community health centers and primary health centers under Angami jurisdiction during the 3-day mass casual leave called by NIDA. It is worth mentioning that on the second day of mass casual leave, more than 500 patients were deprived of medical rights. On the matter, ASU further informed that during the agitation, if any untoward incident occurs to any patient, it will not be a silent spectator.
It's like that of the medical doctors, we will equally support the same. The medical age superannuation is unique because it is applied in almost all the states of the India. It is unique because through this we need to put up doctors' population, where our state ratio is more than 1 doctor is to 4,000 plus. It is unique because we are short of experienced medical doctors. that is required to start medical college as in administration as well as faculty. It is unique because medical doctors service is required 24/7, and it is unique for many reasons, which is known to most of us in times of pain and in sickness. When there is provision to better our medical environment, we should not wait for any imposition, but readily avail the opportunity. Declaration of the Angami Students' Union stand in the media regarding the medical age superannuation. There has been an uproar of opinion differing among several pressure groups. One of such differences and wonder is the standoff between the Naga Students Federation and the Angami Students' Union. NIDA issue, we have appealed to the Naga Students Federation by tabling the agenda through its highest decision-making body, which is the Naga Students Federation Federal Assembly, which was held on 12 March at Kohima to discuss this issue. But the matter was referred back to the NSF Executive Council for wider consultation.
Chief Minister Nipio Rio called upon the church leaders to come together and understand the cry of the people for peace among the Nagas, stating the church is the only platform for Naga society divided. Speaking at the last day of the 40th Day of Revival program organized by the Sinai Ministry at Don Bosco Higher Secondary School on Tuesday, Rio also stated that if no settlement to the Naga issue is achieved, legislators had resolved to pave way for an alternative arrangement. But if no solution was achieved by 2023, then when the state goes for the scheduled function, then the legislators will contest the election. Rio further stated that despite ceasefire and around 25 years of dialogue, there was still no meeting point. The Chief Minister therefore urged upon all Nagas to unite and reconcile before the assembly elections and to impress upon the central government to ensure an honorable settlement to the vexed Naga political issue. The process of mainstreaming SSA and RMSA pages of 2010 and 2013 and bringing the issue to a logical conclusion expired on April 18. It was through the intervention of the Naga Students Federation and Eastern Naga Students Federation that the aggrieved teachers' agitation was suspended in 2018 through an agreement signed with the government. State Chief Secretary J. Alam said that the decision will be made by the Cabinet in its meeting scheduled on April 21 and added that everything has been compiled and that a Cabinet memo has already been prepared. A one-day soft skills and IT skills training was organized at the Whitehall, Nagaland around 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday. The main aim behind the event was to cover the core areas of interpersonal skills, communication skills, basic internet skills, optimizing the use of mobile phones, planning and management, and safety etiquettes. The resource persons of the program were Child Protection Services, Government of Nagaland Superintendent Aulemla, IMSONG and Department of Social Welfare, Government of Nagaland SPA, PMMVY, Tiamong Lakichu. The program was chaired by Assistant General Secretary Kiam Nyungan Students Union. Altogether, there were approximately 100 students present in the program. Meanwhile, the training was organized by the Office of the Kiam Nyungan Students Union in collaboration with the Tribal Research Institution, Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Government of Nagaland.
If you go for your MBA studies, there you will be taught this set of soft skills where you will be trained in your personality development, the communication skills, which is so important in the competitive world that we live in. And I'm telling you, even during our time, when we were in college, when we were a student like all of you, or when we were in university, is much more competitive, where you have to hold up your skills, and I'm happy.
The Department of Power has informed that there will be power shutdown of the 11 kV Purana Bazar feeder on April 20 and 22 from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. due to the construction of the 33 kV line for the new 2x 10 MVA substation at Barampukri. The construction is being constructed under Nirsip, the Barampukri, IMT, Ralibil and Holahon colonies are likely to be affected by the power shutdown. Several organizations of Nagaland, including the Naga Mothers Association, Chakesang Mothers Association, Chakesang Women's Society Kohima, Pygmy Welfare Union Kohima, Yimkyung Union Kohima, and Yimkyung Women Organization Kohima Unit have strongly condemned the April 17 incident in Kohima where young Cuba Yimchungur allegedly raped a 12-year-old minor girl. Expressing shock and serious concern over the incident, the Naga Mothers Association stated that such ruthless and insane behavior targeting a minor girl child was intolerable. And I may urge the state government and the law enforcing agencies to book the accused under non-bailable offense and not release the accused under any circumstances. The union also demanded to strongly punish the accused as to serve an example for the future references. Yimkyung Union Kohima and Yimkyung Women Organization Kohima Unit strongly condemned the barbaric act of Yan Cupa and expressed that the union was shocked and ashamed of the accused actions. Bulldozers continue to raise structures in Jahangirpuri in New Delhi despite the Supreme Court's orders to halt the anti-encroachment drive and to maintain a status quo. The anti-encroachment drive was carried out in the areas days after it witnessed communal clashes during Hanuman Jayanti processions in Delhi's Jahangirpuri. Earlier, the Apex Court has ordered a status quo on the eviction drive in the area conducted by North Delhi Municipal Corporation and maintained that the matter will be heard again on Thursday. The bulldozers continue to raise shelves and other structures as civic officials claim that they have not received the order yet. They say that they would act accordingly once they get the order by the court. Reportedly, 9 bulldozers were deployed by the civic body for the anti-encroachment drive with heavy police presence. Moreover, police were deployed to prevent any law and order situation. The exercise was ordered after Delhi BJP Adesh Gupta had written to the mayor and asked him to identify illegal construction by rioters and demolish them.
अनऑथराइज्ड जो कब्जे किए हुए हैं रोड के ऊपर उसके ऊपर काफी टाइम से भी चल रहा था और इसको हटाने के लिए किया जा रहा है। अब इस तरह का ज्यादा इस तरह से जो वार्ता वो हुआ है उसकी वजह से जल्दी से कार्रवाई शुरू हो गई है और होनी चाहिए इसकी।
और सर ये बुलडोजर जो है किन घरों पे चलने वाला है? क्या आपने लिस्ट बना ली है?
घरों पे नहीं चलने वाला, ऐसा नहीं। जहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं कि सबके ऊपर बुलडोजर चलेगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। जहाँ पे रोड पे जहाँ कब्जा किया हुआ है या जहाँ अनऑथराइज्ड तरीके से बना है उसके ऊपर ये कार्रवाई की जाएगी। उसकी लिस्टिंग है गवर्नमेंट के पास में।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated the Global Ayush Investment and Innovation Summit at Gandhinagar on Wednesday in the presence of WHO Director General Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. During his address, Modi stated that India is going to introduce a special Ayush visa category for foreign nationals who want to come to the country to take advantage of traditional medicine. The PM Modi also added that a special Ayush hallmark will be made, which will be applied to the highest quality of Ayush products made in India. He also informed that 14 startups have joined the Unicorn Club in the year 2022. Meanwhile, the Director General of the World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, stated that he feels privileged to come to the land of Mahatma Gandhi. It may be mentioned that Mauritius Prime Minister Pravind Jugnauth, Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel and Union Ayush Minister Sarpananda Sonowal were present at the ceremony.
आज मैं एक और खुशी की खबर देना चाहता हूं। WHO के हमारे डायरेक्टर जनरल टेड्रस मेरे बहुत अच्छे मित्र रहे हैं और जब भी मिलते थे एक बात अवश्य कहते थे कि देखिए मोदी जी, मैं जो कुछ भी हूं ना, मुझे बचपन से पढ़ाया था भारत के टीचर्स मेरे यहां थे, उन्होंने पढ़ाया था। मेरे जीवन के महत्वपूर्ण पड़ाव पर भारतीय टीचर्स का बहुत बड़ा रोल रहा है और मुझे बहुत बड़ा गर्व है भारत से जुड़ने में। आज जब सुबह मुझे मिले तो ना क्या, देखो भाई,
On account of April 16 incident where a son and his mother took their own lives in Medak district, Telangana, 6 people including a TRS leader surrendered at Kamaredi police station for allegedly abetting the suicide. The accused include Ramayampet Municipal Chairman Balaji Jinder Goat, Police Inspector Nagarjuna Goat and several others. On April 16, a 40-year-old man, Gangnam Sandosh, and his 65-year-old mother, Padma, killed themselves in Telangana's Medak district. They had set themselves ablaze at a lodge. Sandosh and his mother recorded a selfie video and wrote a 6-page note before killing themselves. In the note and the video, they alleged that they took the extreme step after being harassed by Ramayampet municipal chairman, his followers and the police. BJP's Telangana unit also decided to launch a statewide protest on Wednesday against the atrocities, murders and abetment of suicide by the ruling TRS leaders in various parts of the district. BJP Telangana unit President Bandi Sanjay Kumar called upon the party workers to take up black flags, demonstrations and rallies in all the district headquarters on Wednesday. A delegation of the BJP would also meet Governor Damilsai Sundararajan at Raj Bhavan and submit a representation to her seeking a CPI inquiry into the atrocities of the ruling TRS, including the suicide of the BJP workers Saikanesh in Khammam town. Amidst the country's coal and power crisis, Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Tuesday chaired a meeting with the Power Minister R.K. Singh, Coal Minister Prahlad Joshi and Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav to assess the supply of coals to the thermal power situations following reports of coal shortage reported by many states. Notably, the meeting was held in the Home Ministry in the North Block to review the power situation and supply of low-ash coal to various thermal power plants in the country. In an hour-long meeting, the ministers reportedly discussed the availability of coal to power plants and the current power demands because the temperature has gone up early this year in April itself. It may be noted that the thermal power companies are facing shortage of low-ash coal because of the ongoing Russia-Ukraine crisis, as they were unable to get coal loads from Russia. It was also learned that the Railways Minister has been directed to rush coal loads to the thermal power plants whose coal stocks are on the minimum level. Meanwhile, it was also learned that the government is willing to explore the possibility of cheap coal from other countries to meet the shortage that arose after the Russia-Ukraine war. India's Deputy Permanent Representative to the United Nations, R. Ravindra, on Tuesday stressed on the importance of United Nations guiding principles of humanitarian assistance and reiterated its call for immediate cessation of violence and hostilities in Ukraine. Ravindra said that humanitarian action must always be guided by the principles of humanitarian assistance, humanity, neutrality, impartiality and independence, and these measures should never be politicized. He also added that diplomacy and dialogue need to be pursued and that diplomacy must prevail as the only viable option when innocent human lives are at stake. 7 members of a family comprising of 5 children were burned to death in a fire that broke out in their hut in a slum in Punjab industrial city on Wednesday morning. However, one of the members of the family who was not in the hut at the time of the incident survived. The police stated that the cause of the fire could be a fire spark from a nearby massive municipal garbage dump that has been under fire for the past few days. Assistant Commissioner of Police East Lieutenant Surinder Singh also said the deceased were migrant laborers from Bihar and were sleeping when the incident occurred. A snowstorm which lashed in multiple states of the northeastern United States reported hundreds of thousands power outage on Tuesday. In New York, Pennsylvania, Maine, New Hampshire and Vermont, there was a lot of lightning and thunderstorms, and because of which it resulted in a lengthy hours of power cuts. As per government sources, more than 195,000 people suffered from the power outages on Tuesday. New York State that the New York has the upstate regions where there were 6 to 11 inches deep rain which fell on Tuesday. And that brings us to the end of Nagaland TV English Primetime. Thank you for tuning in. This is Chipen Krung signing off.
New YY Dynamite Instant Noodles. It's extra spicy. Taste that will blow your mind.
Upur laga ting chida bhi hushna?
Hoy sir.